Today I'm taking a look at modern tanks, formerly known as Armada. You'll notice that I kind of use an odd vehicle choice. You know, a lot of people in this particular game, they go with the heavy tanks, but for me, I like the troop carriers, the lightweight stuff that's really agile. I'm surprised more people don't play this game. It is a lot of fun. It's a great game to basically just jump in and play deathmatch. You'll notice that I'm pretty aggressive when it comes to how I play this game. I don't back off. You know, a lot of people, kind of camp on the ridges and basically shoot people from far away. I'm more of an in-your-face kind of player, kind of rush on people. And this game, you can kind of get away with it. Not a lot of games like Call of Duty and Battlefield nowadays, you kind of have to use stealth and kind of keep a safe distance. You know, a lot of people do sniper positions, those type of things, but I like to kind of jump in your face. And now, keep in mind, I've been playing this game for a fair amount of time, so I've accumulated quite a bit of power-ups over the time, so I do dominate pretty much any map that I'm on. You'll notice that I do reasonably well in this game. Occasionally there'll be somebody who gives me trouble, but for the most part, I do pretty good. I love the free-for-all mode. I know there's some team challenges, those type of things, but I'm kind of a free-for-all guy. I like to just kind of jump in and, everybody's fair game. But you'll notice that this particular game, you get that red outline when you're locking on people, and if you don't have that red outline on whatever vehicle you're trying to shoot, you won't hit them. Basically, you basically are constantly using the mouse to turn your turret to target people. I don't know why people don't play this game more. It's actually kind of a fun one. I'm surprised that it's not more popular than it is. This particular game, you see right now I'm picking everybody off from a distance. This is kind of cheap. Kind of a cheap way of basically dominating the map is I'll pick people off. You'll notice that the power-ups, they've got these outlines. Like right now, I'm basically driving towards experience. You can see and I picked up some gold too. You want to pick up obviously as many power-ups as you can because that's how you really dominate each map. I basically just rapid fire, and here's another power coming up. He's got rapid fire. You see how it's lighting up above his tank? He's got the rapid reload. So you kind of want to steer clear of those guys when they've got that rapid reload. They can do some major damage. I'm always trying to pick up that power up for rapid reload. You see that you'll notice how many people use the heavy tanks in this game. And I like the small kind of troop carrier vehicles, the light, fast ones, because I like to basically kind of blitzkrieg my opponents in this particular game, and it works well. So right now that red thing is basically rapid reload, I think, or no, just increased damage. My bad, but those power-ups help a great deal. So now I'm doing increased damage, and I also try to find the rapid reload. Now I'm getting up some more experience. You'll notice that my little troop carrier fires way faster than the heavy tanks, and that's just the way it is. Almost all the newbies seem to go after the heavy tanks. The real pros, I think, stick to these light troop carrier vehicles because we're so much faster than tanks. We can basically just kind of outrun the tanks when it comes to targeting. And I've been playing this game long enough that my little troop carrier has a main gun that's almost as damaging as the big guns on the heavy tanks. So, quick backstory on me. I'm a retired school teacher, and I figured I would start doing video game tutorials because it's kind of fun. I do enjoy playing games and showing people kind of little tricks and tips, and I'm going to stick to the same kind of maps. You know, right now I'm just going to focus on the urban warfare map and the base in the mountains. Those are the two that I'm going to focus on today. I'll jump into urban warfare too and some of the other ones. You'll notice that the maps towards the left seem to be where all the people congregate. Like I said, this isn't a particularly popular game. I'm surprised that it's not more popular than it is. For someone who grew up playing games like Battlefield 1942, I'm surprised that this isn't more popular than it is, because this game does have that Battlefield vibe. It really does for me. My favorite part of Battlefield 1942 is jumping in a tank and, you know, mowing people down with the tanks. And this game has that same kind of feel. You'll notice that Norma's got like a great head start on this map, but I'll try to catch him. The thing about this particular game, though, is I think the most experienced players pick the troop carriers just because of their mobility, and like I said, with enough power-ups, the guns on the little troop carriers can give the heavy tanks a run for the money for damage. At least mine does. You can see that I'm using the beginner vehicle. Most people consider this like the throwaway vehicle, but it's my favorite one just because of its speed, and I've powered up my main gun so much that I can do some serious damage. The other nice thing about this particular troop carrier vehicle is it fires faster. You know, the big heavy guns on the tanks, the reload time is awful, and if I usually get with if I get up close and in the face of a tank, because of his reload speed, I usually can get like 4 or 5 shots off in the same amount of time that he can only get one. So that's how I can basically stay in the game with the heavy tanks. The other thing too is, when I was, as a retired teacher, we used to compete at these the film festivals. There was this, most school districts have these film festivals where you basically, compete in, 10, 12 categories, something like that. And I noticed early on when I was a school teacher, and I taught for about 8 years. I taught a couple years at college, and then I moved to teaching at a couple high schools. And the thing I noticed about the other schools is every school was trying to build a better mousetrap. And, we were basically, there were like 7 or 8 schools trying to all make the best news broadcast. They all focused on news show and kind of neglected the other categories. And when I came in first day of school, I realized, 7 or 8 schools all trying to compete for those, first, second, and third place in the news show. And, it's basically an impossible task to come in as a first year teacher to compete against. So what we would do is we would basically put all our efforts into the kind of neglected categories, and that's how we basically owned the school district, whether I was in Seminole County or Marion County. We counter-programmed. Everybody was trying to make the best news show, but they were ignoring the documentary category, and the music video category, and the short film category. And that's how we would clean up. And the strategy behind me on Modern Takes is kind of the same thing. I'm a counter-programmer. You know, most people, by instinct, they're going to take the biggest, strongest vehicle, which is, you know, the heavy tanks, and they're slow and cumbersome. And, you know, almost all the newbies are driving the big, you know, like T-72s and whatever heavy tanks are in here. And I'm the counter programmer, so I'm basically going into this game with, you know, my little crappy troop carrier, but I've cranked up the guns, so I basically am just as strong as a tank when it comes to firing power, but my reloading speed is way faster because my main guns are, you know, powered up, and I can reload. I can basically fire 4 shots in the same time that the other tanks can only fire 1, and that's basically how I can pretty much dominate every map. Is just I love this game. It's kind of whoever developed this game kind of sexist pigs, and you know, a little eye candy for us. And I'm not going to argue with that. Let's go to let's do Base in the Mountains again. But this is a great little game. You know, the price is right too. It's a free, you know, massively multiplayer game. They're constantly trying to, you know, get you to buy upgrades and stuff. But I've been playing this game so long that I don't really need to pay for upgrades anymore. You know, in the old days, you used to have to pay for the fuel, and you'd run out of fuel after a couple rounds, and that was annoying. So I think the developers realized people weren't going to pay for fuel in this game. So now the maps have fuel tanks, and you can pretty much, as long as you're scooping up those fuel tanks, you can play all day and not run out of fuel now. And that wasn't the case when the game first launched. See, this is another one of my strategies. A lot of times I will pick people off in the distance, and nice experience gained. This Zanoza is really good. I've noticed that he's definitely giving me a run in some of these maps. But hopefully I'll catch up with him. But the counter programming is how you do well in modern tanks. It's probably best to take a crappy vehicle and power it up versus everyone that uses these tanks. And you can see I'm just mowing these people down in the heavy tanks, and I shouldn't be able to. But again, see, fuel tank. If you want to play this game all day, you got to pick up these greens. Otherwise, you're going to run out of gas after a couple rounds. And I mean, that's how they used to make their money back in the day. I don't know if people are, you know, paying to keep this game going anymore. Or maybe it's popular overseas. I've never met anyone in the U.S. that actually plays Armada. And I've noticed that they've rebranded the game. It's not Armada anymore, it's just Modern Tanks. They dropped the Armada name. I guess I think it's going to make it more popular. I don't know. But I tell you one thing though, the school teaching was fun for all the years that I went to, and I've been following the schools that I worked at previously, and I don't know, I know the schools have been struggling since I left, but in all honesty, I was just there in the right place at the right time. To be honest, the students that were at the schools when I was teaching there were just really hungry and amazingly talented. I just basically kind of got out of their way and let their talent take over, because they were, I mean, we were always the dominant schools in whatever district I worked at. And again, right place, right time. I don't think I really did a lot as a teacher, honestly. It was the fact that my students were just absolutely incredibly talented and super hungry. They were I had replaced a teacher that was only there for a couple months, and she crashed and burned, and uh, students were hungry for somebody who actually took the job serious. And I guess that was why I had a fair amount of success, is I actually took it serious, and a lot of teachers are burnouts. I will tell you about this. You'll notice in between respawning, you have the option to power up your vehicle. So you'll notice that if it's cheap, I will use some gold pieces to, power up my vehicle, make it stronger in between deaths. You can also pay to extend the deathmatch. I don't really think that's necessary. So you see how it says prolong the battle by 3 minutes by spending 4 gold? I mean, I guess if you're really into this particular free-for-all and you're having a good time, you can extend it. I'm not, I'd rather use my 4 pieces of gold to power up my vehicle instead. But, if you're in one of these death matches with a bunch of friends and stuff, I get it. You basically want to extend it. So let's see. I think we're going to urban warfare. No, never mind. I did the basic game. Whatever. This is a good map. I do enjoy this map. Urban warfare is a little tougher because you got to deal with so many buildings. This particular game, when you're on an open map like this one, you can basically just stalk people from a long distance, kind of like what I'm doing right now. And see how I'm picking this guy off. You probably didn't even see me yet. That's some people would probably think that's a little cheap, but it's kind of like a sniper kind of strategy. You basically stick to a distance. Although, like you've seen, I get in people's faces too, so it just depends on my mood. My tank is powered up a little right now. I definitely have a speed advantage over everybody else. And you see, again, it's like he doesn't know, or he's just slow at turning the turret. But this guy's gone. I got him. And a little more gold to pick up. No, somebody got me. I don't know if I'm a really good player, or it's just that nobody plays this game. I haven't figured that out yet, because there's some games that I'm pretty good at, but this one, I mean, I'm not used to dominating like every map, but again, I have a feeling it might be because I started in Battlefield 1942, and a lot of the dynamics are similar to Battlefield 1942, because it's, I have a lot of experience playing games that are like these fast tank battles. And I mean, Battlefield 42, you can tell I'm an old guy because, that's a 20-year-old game now. I played it on the PC, and I'm used to spending $50 for a game like this, and it's kind of refreshing that this is kind of a free game that you can just download off Steam. That's why I play this one so much. Oh, I think I got reload. Yep. Reload accelerated. And pick up some more gold. I mean, that's the whole trick on this one, is just rush and try to get as much power-ups as possible. I mean, it sounds pretty, thank you, Captain Obvious. I realize it's a pretty obvious thing to say, you pick up as many power-ups as you can, but the strategy that I use is agility and speed, and you try to get as many upgrades as possible, and that's I think that's the secret to this particular game. Um, Almost every map, you see how I decide to respawn quickly. Sometimes I'll use my gold pieces to respawn quick. Just depends on my mood. Like right now, I'm trying to, pick up as many gold pieces as possible. And it's the other cheap thing too is, you'll watch somebody get wiped out by a different player. They'll get shot and destroyed by another vehicle, but that gold will just be sitting on the side of the road. Like I didn't kill the guy that left these gold pieces here, and I bet you this guy was after that gold, and oh, he's gone. Come on, gone. So, somebody got me. But I'm kind of a cheater in that regard, I guess. I will basically drive over and gobble up a bunch of gold pieces that I didn't really earn. They were just kind of laying around from some other guy fragging. So I guess I'm selfish in that regard. See, he just took I think he just pulled some gas. Gathered. Yeah, it looks like he grabbed a gas tank. But he just gave me some more experience. I do like picking people off. And the other thing that you notice, one of the things that I really love about this game that not a lot of multiplayer games have, is they've got the health meter below the name of who's playing. So a lot of times I will look for people who are almost dead, and it's just like one last kill shot, and I'll take them out. Basically, I'll look for people who are already badly damaged. I love the sexist pigs who made this game. Oh, look at this! I'm doing well in Florida. What am I up to? Number 17 in Florida right now. That's not too bad. So, at least I know there are a couple people besides me in Florida playing this game, but I think this game is mostly popular overseas because most of the flags that I see on the other tanks are European flags. I see a lot of Ukraine flags, a lot of Russian flags. I guess the Russians are playing this game instead of fighting a real war. I don't know. I think I see the French flag a lot. I've seen the Canada flag. So, ooh, reload accelerated. Now I'm dangerous. I'm telling you get a couple of those rapid reloads, and suddenly, my vehicle is already powered up, but now it's just ridiculous. I mean, look at this. I'm just blasting the hell out of it. It's like having a machine gun in a knife fight, and picking up more gold so I can power up in between the rounds on top of that. So yeah, I mean, it all adds up. Okay, so I'm messing with this guy with the tank. He had to reload, I think, but he's gone. Oh, come on, get the reload. I'm telling you, that Zanoza guy, he's good. I don't know what his deal is, but he's definitely humbling me on some of these maps. Sometimes I own the map, sometimes it's this guy. Although, and you notice he's kind of driving around with the same type of vehicle me. He's got the same strategy. He's basically using a troop vehicle, so he doesn't have a lot of armor like me, but he's zooming around and getting these quick frags. That's how you win this game. And, well, man, again, that's just my opinion, but you can take it with a grain of salt. Yeah, he's owning me on this map. I don't think I'm gonna catch him with 300. I mean, 21 kills. I don't know how he got 21 kills in 2 minutes of play. The guy's just picking people up like crazy. I mean, I don't recall ever doing 21 in one map. I just restored my tank even though I had no damage. Sometimes the timing of the power-ups aren't great. Okay, it's on, buddy. I got him. So head to head, I can take him out, but I'm not gonna disparage him. He's got 23 kills, so he just came up to a little scumbag like me, and head to head, I can take him. Oh, I think he just kicked that. He just quit the game because he realized I'm on this map and I'm using the same strategy he is. So I think he just quit out. I mean, I get it. You know, if you're mopping up the map with newbies, you don't want to encounter somebody else with similar skills. He just wants to basically just go on this you know, clean sweep. And if I'm on the map, he probably want to have me ruin his numbers and take a lot of his frags away. I get it. Some people just want to own this guy. I swear this guy. I feel bad taking out this Steam guy. He's so bad. I feel kind of. He's got to be a newbie. I do feel guilty kind of blowing him out because he's just too easy. He doesn't even put up a fight. By the time he turns his turret, he's already gone. Oh, come on. You'll notice that a lot of these guys will try to evade, and as long as you steer your turret towards them, you can keep firing. Although, if you're basically scraping paint with them, you're probably too close to be able to hit them. But sometimes you can. It just depends. And, you get into a weird angle and you can't hit him. Oh, see? Again, look at Magnum. His health is down, so I've been picking off all these guys who are almost dead. And again, that's how you get the quick frags. It's kind of nice. This guy's pretty good. I think that's the flag of China. I'm terrible with geography, so if I get the flags wrong, I apologize. But I believe that was the Chinese flag. And that's the Ukraine flag, so I don't mean to be... I can't imagine him being really from Ukraine right now, but I guess, if he's in the northern sections or the western sections, he's probably safe, but I can't imagine if I was living in a war zone, I don't think I'd be playing a war game at the moment. I think I'd be playing Super Mario or something else to take my mind off it, but I don't know. That's just me. Somebody got me. Yeah, looks like I won this map. 5 seconds, 3 seconds. Do I get him? Oh, come on. Oh, didn't quite get it. Where are we going this time? Sexist pigs. Look at that. Alright, here we go. I am number 12 in Florida. It's not too bad. Let's see what we got. And we are going to urban warfare. Yeah, that'll be a nice change of pace. So you can see that the terrain is a lot different. There's a lot of big buildings that kind of block your point of view. So you can't get those cheap distance kills like, I'm notorious for. But still can pick off some newbies from... I don't even think he saw me. Somebody shooting me from behind. Got him. Little silver. Yep, and the guy, he's gone. By the time he turns his turret, I'm gone. A little experience. Yeah. More gold. Oh, somebody's hitting me. More gold. I hate to blow up the Americans, but it's free for all. There's no loyalty in free for all. Let's see where we're going. But yeah, like right now, I'm gonna do a bunch of cheap shots. You can see, as long as you see that red lock on, even if you're like way the hell out, man, I take the shot. And some people probably think it's cheap, but I'll take the shot. And now I can see some more. Oh, so he got my power up. I wanted my rapid reload. He took it, little bastard. Looks like he just got help too. He didn't even see me yet. I just took him out and he didn't even see me. Again, that's kind of cheap, but that's tank warfare. You take a lot of cheap shots, I guess. 5 kills so far. It's not a bad game. I don't know how that other guy was getting like 25 in a 5-minute game. He must have. I'm thinking he might have extended the game. I got into the tail end of a longer game because, if you spend those four gold pieces, you can extend the game 3 minutes. So that's probably how he got up to those crazy numbers. Oh, you're done. More gold for the bank. So you can see, yeah, I decided to power up my tank with 4 more gold pieces. I mean, I'm up to 14, so might as well. So I mean, I guess there's not a lot of strategy in this game when you think about it. It's all about the power-ups. If you keep gobbling up power-ups like I do, then you're gonna own the map. I guess it's not rocket science. So I'm trying to do a big strategy guide when it's kind of a simple game mechanics. But the nice thing about this game is you can kind of just jump in and play it. You don't really need to know a lot about it. I mean, you don't need a high-end computer to play it. You can see it's not a very visually demanding game. Hell, I believe it's on Android too, so I mean, there's a mobile version of this game if I'm not mistaken. I mean, my computer is by no means fast. I mean, I've got like an Athlon dual core, barely has a GPU, but I'm playing on integrated graphics, so it's not a lot of processing power that this game takes. And I'm recording with the same machine, so my dual core machine is running the game, rendering the graphics, and screen capturing all at the same time. And I'm probably getting 60 frames per second, so not a demanding game at all. It's definitely no Crisis. So you'll notice every time you power up, the cost of the power up increases. So now it's like 8 pieces of gold to power up your tank. I'm not gonna do it, even though I'm picking up gold like crazy. I'm pretty much good. I think my machine is already performing well enough. I don't think I need it. Oh, is that a rapid reload? Yep, rapid reload. And health. And increased damage. Okay, so yeah, this is a good map for me. I'm doing pretty well. And fuel. Oh, you're toast. So definitely having a good game right now. I always wondered about this one. Am I that effective because it's always newbies that play this game and kind of burn out, or am I just way more aggressive than everyone else? I don't know. I never could. I mean, I think I take more cheap shots than most people, so maybe that's why I'm so effective at a lot of these maps. Like, yeah, I shoot people in the back all the time, and I don't know if there's some sort of rules, but you can see I cleaned that map. Another one where I was on the top again. I mean, I rarely, occasionally I'll get second place, but most of the time it's almost always a first place finish. And I'm thinking it's just because people don't play this game that much, and people that are actually in here are just newbies. Yeah, that, or it's just my experience with Battlefield 1942, and the tactics of Battlefield were similar, although the difference between this and Battlefield, besides the fact you could get out of the tank, Battlefield often was capture the flag, where you had to take over spawn points, and Zanoza guy is really good, but that game was all about taking the spawn points, and alright, so I'm being a jerk and I'm gonna go shoot him in the back, because head to head he got nothing on me. He's got a lot more kills in these maps, but man, I think he takes the same type of cheap shots as me. So when you're fighting fire with two guys that are known for cheap shots, I don't think anyone's gonna see me under here. So no, nope. Grab some more gold. Oh, he got me. Two, I'm in 4th place. I wonder if that's gonna stand. No, it won't. It won't. I'll catch up. Because again, I take a lot of cheap shots. Yeah, there's no. Come on. Lock on. There we go. Got him. Got him. He's done. Bye-bye. We'll gas my stuff up. Wow, a lot of fuel on this map. But yeah, see, I'm picking people off at the distance. I love doing those cheap shots, and I don't even know if they realize I'm there. I mean, the one nice thing about this map is there's a lot of trees and park benches and buildings and stuff. So, you know, you could pick people off from a distance and they might not see you. But I can target these guys from the side. You know, I love the fact that this game has that red outline for the lock-on for artillery. So, how many other games do that? But it's so helpful in this one. You can basically pick people off from a long distance, and I think that's the key to getting a lot of kills. Oh, he's done. By the time he turns around, I got him. Oh, he didn't even see me. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Get some health. There we go. Alright, here. Bye-bye. Oh, man. You're toast. Minute 45 left of this map. Yeah, on top again. This is a fun map. I think this one's probably more visually interesting than the other map, although I like the snow map too. And you know, all these obstructions, you can hide in the terrain, and I think that's helpful when you're doing tank combat, being able to hide in the distance. Although I wonder if everybody can target like long distance like I can. I don't know. I mean, I know I've been playing this game so long. I remember early on I couldn't target like that, but I mean my targeting from a distance is insane now. So I think it's probably because I've got so many hours in this particular game. They basically powered me up so much. Got him. And a little more. Oh, I died done. Another map that's mine. 13 kills. Not my best game, but yeah, pretty decent one. See, I mean, prolong the battle by 3 minutes for 4 gold pieces. I'm down to 4 gold pieces, so no, I was like, I'm not gonna do it. Even though this is a great game, I mean, it's a temptation. So where are we going now? Gonna go back to the mountains, or do? Yeah, let's go back to the mountains. This is this is where it all started. I think this was the first massive hit in the game, was the base in the mountains, and so this is still probably the most popular map. You always see, you know, 8 tanks and 8-9 people on this map. Some of the other maps, you know, the farther up to the right, you're lucky if there's 2 or 3 people actually in the map. But this has always been a popular map. Oh, this Norma guy, he's pretty good. I'm not gonna give him any crap. He's good, but I'm better. I mean, like I said, the only guy that really gave me a challenge was that Zenova, I guess. I don't remember, but he was definitely giving me a run. But head to head, man, I whooped him every time. So I mean, he was getting more kills than me. So Mink Ko is the #1 guy, and he's got 1 more kill than me. But he died twice. He died 2 times more than me, so I guess it's a wash. Let's see what we got. you know, I'm gonna go for my gold and silver. Silver and gold. Oh, I missed it. Oops. Come on, gas. Damage. But yeah, I mean, is there a lot of strategy in this game? Probably not enough to necessitate an hour strategy session, so this is kind of overkill, but you know, I guess you can see me, you know, play and figure out if that's a game that appeals to you. I mean, if you're into tank battles, like I used to play World of Tanks too, but I didn't care for that one as much because that one wasn't as fast. That was more strategy and methodical, and I didn't care for it. I tried World of Tanks for a couple weeks, and I could never develop an interest in that. But modern tanks is just, you know, it's a lot more approachable. I think when it comes to the type of gameplay that I'm into, I think I'm more of a casual gamer than a hardcore gamer. I don't really like games that are really complicated. You know, if the strategy game was made, you know, within the last 10 years, I'm not interested in it. I do like the real-time strategy games from like the 90s and 2000s, when the games were a little more simple. And obviously I'm big into retro gaming too.